Instant Pot, Duo Crisp, and Air Fryer. That's some big news. That means that Instant Pot has got into the business of pressure cooker slash air fryer or crisper. I've been waiting on them to do it, and I'm shocked it took this long, but they are here now. It dehydrates, air fries, roast, broil, pressure cooks, bakes, all of the above, and I'm fixing to show you every bit of it. We're going to unbox it per se. I'm going to unbox it and I'm going to show you anything you need to know. I'm not going to actually unbox it on the video, but as I pull it out, anything you need to know, I'm going to show you. Again, great big news. I have a feeling they're going to be hard to get for long. In fact, I got this one at Kohl's. It retails for $2.29, and I got it. It's on sale for $1.89 at Kohl's. By the way, I'm not affiliated with anything or anybody in any way, shape, form, or fashion. In this entire video, I paid for all of this out of my pocket, so it's going to be an honest review, because we're also going to compare it to the Ninja Foodi, what I've called the king of my kitchen for a year now. And that's because it does what this right here does, and it is an excellent device that I've said many times, the greatest invention for the kitchen since the microwave. I really believe it. So let's get to doing that. By the way, I'm going to do the unboxing right now, but then we're going to cook all what you see here is going to be cooked. And I even got a few other things, but there's hamburger. I've got ribeye roast, and I'm going to cut into steaks. I've got a 5-pound chicken. I got 2 racks of baby backs. I'm John Sanders, also known as Jelly 007. Let's see what this thing looks like. Okay, so for the artwork on the box, it's Duo Crisp Air Fryer. Air fry in your Instant Pot, and it's 8 quart. Well, it says serves up to 8, but it is an 8 quart device. Even crisp technology. I think you might can see this and read it. Family meals fast. 11 in 1. It has 11 functions in one, if that's a big deal to you. Most of the time, pressure cooking and air frying is what a lot of people use. Extra large capacity 8 quart air fryer accessories includes air frying basket. We're going to see all that in a minute, quick and healthy. Anyhow, just kind of give you an idea of what the box looks like, what it says. It shows the parts. There's the extra lid, there's a pressure lid, there's an air frying lid, and some of that's in another language. 10 plus built-in safety features, which is a big deal with Instant Pots or with pressure cookers, because everybody's heard the stories of their grandmother's pressure cookers. These are not the same. They have way more safety features and way safer to use, and a whole different device completely. So, not going to get into that part, but here's a few ideas of what it does. Dehydrate, broil, pressure cook, bake, roast, air fry. Top of the box is this right here. Kind of shows you, oh, it comes with this. It's a protective pad and storage cover, and I think that is to set the air frying lid on when you take it down. Now, one other thing I'll show you is I looked already, it's a 1500 watt device. It says that right here, 1500 watts. The model is a Duo Crisp AF8. That's Alpha Frank 8, the number 8. 120 volts, 8 quarts. It weighs 10. Well, it weighs 22 pounds. That's what matters to me. And then it's got measurements. And I'm going to try and give you ideas of how tall it is and how well it's going to fit under counters. So, I'm fixing to open some of it up. In fact, I'll do it right now. But now I may cut away or take some of this out, the parts you don't need to see. But there's no reason for me not to leave the camera running. So, I'm going to open this up, and you can see on this lid, first thing, I guess there is a few things right here you need to see. Make sure you can. Broil dehydrate tray, you can see it right there. It just kind of gives you there's that storage, air frying basket, multi-purpose rack, getting started guide, and again, that stuff. Here comes some paperwork, I believe. If you want to read that, there it is. And let's see what's right here. Here's a book. Let's see if this is a recipe book, because we're going to need it if it is. Duo Crisp Air Fryer Multi-Cook Air Fryer Getting Started. That's the Getting Started guide. And then this is a cooking timetables, safety and maintenance and warranty. So That's what it comes with right there. I hadn't seen a cookbook yet, but I haven't looked. It may be in the back of one of these. And in fact, there it is. There's some recipes. I believe it was. But we're going to look into that when I start cooking, because I already know what I'm cooking today, no matter what the recipe book says. Has this. Again, I'm not sure all this needs to be videoed, but we're doing it. There's that thing that I believe it's just to set your air frying lid on when it's hot, maybe. Here's a trivet. It's a regular trivet, not like Ninja's Deluxe, which is 2-tier. So if it has that, I'm not aware of it. Here's what I've found so far. Take this off. Feels a little heavy, like something else might be in it. There's the drip tray. It was right here, by the way, so watch for that when you open it. Put that down, put this here. Here comes the device. So let's see what it looks like. I'm gonna move this box to right here. We're gonna unwrap this baby. And one of the things I wanna see right out of the gate is this. I'm curious to see exactly how the lid's going to sit on it. Now, I may have to read directions before I go much further, but here's how it looks on the front. And it has it's 11-in-1, it says, and I can see already this is your air fry, and the air fry lid controls right here, and then your pressure cooking controls are right here. And then the rest of it looks pretty straightforward. Lid comes off. Air frying basket, and it also has a stand similar to the one that comes with the Ninja Foodi that snaps on the bottom. And that is I don't know if that's ceramic coating. I'll have to read that. I'm not sure what kind of coating that is, but anyhow, this snaps on the bottom of it. Fairly straightforward and simple. Now the liner I can see already, and I was wondering, it is a stainless steel liner, and I'm hoping, to be honest with you, they make the ceramic coated one that you can buy, because I like the ceramic coating for easy to clean, but no big deal. And I'll say, just like the other Instant Pot, a good thick bottom, I really think that's what makes Instant Pot a better device than some. I love the thick, heavy gauge bottom. So the other lid, right here it is. Let's see what it looks like. Get an idea about how big it is when it's on there. Making a mess. But there it is. And here are the connections. So that answers a lot of questions right there. I can tell there's a cover here. I don't know how to get that off yet. So I'm fixing to read some instructions before I do anything dumb. Now, it may not have to come off. That may be the way it is. But in fact, I believe that's what it is. Those pins are just covered to keep debris from getting in the pins and interfering with the electrical contacts. So let's see if I can find a tape measure without an act of Congress. Here it is. We're about 15.5 inches tall, and under my cabinet is 18 inches, so that should fit under a cabinet without a problem. And then of course you can store it with this lid, and that comes on and off very easy. Now I'm going to read some instructions and make sure I've done things right. And by the way, that lines up in there, so you don't have to worry about it not aligning. I don't know if this is going to be, I'm not going to do that till I read instructions. So I'm going to do that, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I just wanted to show you the little condensate cup goes right there. But here's something different, or it's different than any of my Instant Pots, and it is the venting method. And you'll see this button right here is on top of that lid, and down is vent and up is seal. And I'll show you exactly what they mean. Right here is the lid you see in the picture, and when you want to vent it, you push that down, and you see that comes up. That way you don't have to put your hand here and turn anything. Now when you want to reseal the pod, if say it's spitting out stuff and you want to stop it, you just turn that pops back up and that falls back down. Now one other thing I'll show you is that until you have the lid on right, you cannot vent it. So you got to it won't even, you know, right now it's ready to develop pressure. And once that pin comes up, when you want to release pressure, you'll have to do that. And then if you want to stop it, you do that. It's simple as that. So we're going to go, I found a couple other things. In fact, I'll show you this on the other lid. Here is that stand, I guess you'd call it, or insulator, so you can set this on something without harming it. And that is all you do, is set that on there like that when you're using it. And because once you remove that lid, the air frying function will stop. It will pause, and then you can set it right back on. Now, one of the other things you can do with it is, once it's fully cooled and you want to store it, you turn this upside down. And this might take me more than one try, because it has once or twice. But it's a pretty good idea. You set it right here, and then you twist it. You turn the bottom and the top, and that locks it on. And you can see, there is how you store your air frying lid. Now, I'm not sure you can see what I was doing in the video, but it's common sense. You just put it there, and then, of course, when you want to remove it, you got to go the other way with it, and then it will come right off of there. So, and it has a little air indicator right there, which is open and lock, and that'll keep you from damaging or setting this on something where something gets in your element, or, you know, just harms your fan or your element. So it's a good device. It's a good thing to have. All right, we're going to do some other things. There were not any recipes in here, by the way. So we're going to do some other things, but I didn't find any recipes. Now, I did find some timetables, and there's smart program smart programs using pressure cooking lid. And I think you can set up programs where it'll do the same thing every time if you want to. But there goes that other language. And then here's the same thing for the air frying lid. Now, it'll do sous vide, I saw in here. And I may try and find that. Right here it is. On the sous vide function, it'll go from 70 to 200 degrees Fahrenheit. Now, that's something we'll have to try. I mean, I have an ANOVA sous vide, so I'll probably compare the two to see if it maintains temps. But I mean, right there you see it. It'll steam, pressure cook, saute, slow cook, steam, sous vide, and keep warm. And there's all the limits of that. Default times and temps right here. So the only thing we're going to do now probably is the initial test run. And it has the instructions in here, which you put water in there. We're going to bring it up, let it go through the initial test run. And I think that's going to be all we do. I'm going to look into this right here a little bit better, but I'll know that when I come back. And we're going to finish this video up with the test run, and then I'll do those things I had out here. I'll start cooking those and posting those videos as soon as I have them. So I'll be right back. Okay, so here is the instruction for the initial test run, and it asks for 3 cups of water. We're going to cook them. We're going to do the water pressure cook on high for 5 minutes, and we're going to release it to make sure everything's okay. This is the first time this device has been plugged in, so here we go. So that's what you get when you plug it in, the off signal. I'm going to put I've already wiped out the pot. I'm going to put the 3 cups of water into it. I'm going to install the lid as they requested. You get the little doodle-doop noise. I'm going to hit pressure cook. It's already on high. I'm going to adjust this down to 5 minutes. I do like the display. That's a good, that blue color and all, it looks real good. I think it does. We're already sealed, because it automatically goes to the seal position when you put the lid on. Uh-oh, I didn't do that fast enough. Did you see that? It timed out, so I got to do that again. That's kind of good to know. You need to be paying attention to what you're doing, I guess. Pressure cook, it's on high. It defaulted back to 35 minutes. So I'm going to take it back down to 5 again. I'm going to press start this time. I'm not going to mess around. So we're up and running. In a minute, when that pin comes up and it completes its 5-minute cook, we'll release that pressure and make sure it does all right. Be right back. All right, I was trying to catch it before it did that, but there is the alarm you will get when it ends, if you can hear that. but it didn't go to seconds is what I'm getting at. It stayed at 1 minute. It didn't go to, a lot of, like my Ninja will go to, once it hits 1 minute, it goes to seconds. This one didn't. It doesn't. It's not a big deal. Just wanted to point it out. It just, right as I pressed the record button, it finished. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to release this. I'm going to turn it a little bit. I don't want to shake it up too bad, but I want you to be able to see this. So here's what you got to do to release the pressure. That right there. And it blows it in the opposite direction of you, as long as nobody's standing behind it, of course. And by the way, I'll say this. It has, I think it said 5 inches around the pot when you're running this air lid. It wants clearance. In fact, you'd need to read your manual. Don't go by everything I'm saying. Just out of common sense. You never would want to do that with anybody. You want to read your own instructions. But I'm pretty sure it recommended 5 inches of clearance all the way around it. So, as soon as that pin drops, I'm going to take that lid off, and I'll try and find that answer right quick. Be right back. Okay, so for the record, there's a lot of safety guards to important safeguards right here to read. So you don't want to just go by, this book. Don't go by what I'm saying, but right here it says, do not place anything that may block the vents on the bottom of the appliance and on air fryer lid. Leave at least 5 inches of space around the air frying lid. Do not place on a hot stove. But I can see 40 right there. I'm sure it goes on. 53, at least 53 important safeguards that you need to read. Now, I assure you. Anyhow, the pins drop. We're going to take it off, and you may have heard the little noise it gives. But so far, so good. And that, like I said, the inside of this is pretty much the same. And I'm not going to run the air frying lid just yet. You know what? Maybe I will. I'm going to turn it on and let it run just a minute, just so it'll be included in this video. But we're also very close to cooking with it. So I'm going to have, it may be a little bit before I have those videos up, but y'all hold on, I'll start the air frying lid right quick. Okay, so for a couple of last things I wanted to point out. You may have saw this a while ago when I was opening the box, but it's not recipes, it's cooking timetables, and all I can find in here is to do with pressure cooking, nothing to do with the air frying. So I'm going to put the air frying basket in, just like that. And I will say, a while ago I tried to put this lid on while it was still in the pressure cook mode, and it just flashes the word lid. So you have to hit cancel. And now we're going to set this on. Make sure it's seated well. I'm going to hit air fry. It defaults 400 degrees for 18 minutes. I'm going to hit start. We're going to let it run, I don't know, maybe 10 minutes, and I'm going to take some temp reads on the outside and see what we're getting, you know, if anything's alarming or if air's really, really hot, just for the record. So I'll be back when that gets heated up real well. Okay, so it preheats, and then if you wanted to add the food, you would be able to lift this lid off. And of course, you'd set it right here at that point. Put your food in, and you will be able to now set that back on, and it should continue with the countdown, and it does. So you can remove that lid. I think it's like the sneak a peek on the Ninja or whatever. You can just pull this lid off and look in there if you want to. I also think it asks you to flip the food in the middle. And I read somewhere that after 10 seconds, if you don't lift it and flip the food, that message will go away. So anyhow, oh, and one other thing I'm going to say while I got this in here. This right here fits that air frying basket. And I'll try to remember to show you, but there's a ridge about halfway down the air frying basket, and the air frying basket is about this deep. And this sits on that ridge. And this is for broiling and dehydrating. You can set something, in other words, it'd be about this high inside that chamber, and you can use that to broil with or dehydrate. Anyhow, be back when that gets heated up real well, and we'll take some temps. Okay, there is the message to turn food. So you obviously could, but then it goes back right there. So I don't know why it wanted to turn food at 16 minutes. Okay, right here, this video is going to be longer than I thought. It's taking a little bit, there's a lot to know. Air Fry Roast Smart programs only. The cooker beeps partway through the cooking cycle and displays indicates turn food. Well, I just saw that at 16 minutes. I don't know if it's something that does a bunch, but I'm going to leave it running, and I'll let you know if it does. Now, one other thing they're saying to do, and I want to mention it, it's kind of common sense. I did it a while ago before I ever read it, but this orange sticker that's right here over that plug it says it in here also, once you put the air frying lid on, you want to press it down and make sure those contacts are made well. You just kind of put a little weight on it, nothing big, just put a little weight on it, make sure they're engaged. So anyhow, okay, so I'm going to kind of finish this up. I wanted to mention one thing here. It is regular $229 on sale for $189. Now I don't know if this is something just for me, but right now if you enter YOUR20 at checkout, and that's what I did, that's the price I paid with shipping. I didn't pay shipping. I really don't remember what I paid, but I know it was less than that. So YOUR20 at checkout for $151.99. Now let's see, I wanted to show you the temps. It's been running about 8 minutes. I can put my hands there. It is warm, don't get me wrong. In fact, I'm going to show you, but it's nothing that'll hurt you. That's 102, you know, right there. Nothing drastic. The top is completely cool. I think that's air intake. Now, if you go back here to this vent, I actually got about 150 out of it a while ago. Right there's 142 that I just got. So, you know, I mean, that's at the vent. The discharge vent's right here, but I can hold my hand an inch away, and be honest with you, it's a lot cooler air than I expected. You know, 117, 115, and that is the discharge, and I'm a ½ inch from that discharge. All right, there's 130, 140. Still pretty good for a 400 degree temp, and I mean, that's the highest number I've seen at that. I never got 140 a while ago. The sides, if you want to know, we'll scan it right quick. 97, 92, nothing drastic. It won't hurt you. I'll put it like that. So to show you one more thing, I'm going to show you inside that chamber, then we're going to call this done. We're going to raise it up, get some temps in there, but all you got to do if you want to look at your food or turn it or whatever, is you just lift that off, set it on your protective cover, and let's see what we got right here. 397, 396. So the temp's pretty accurate. It's supposed to be 400, and we're getting 397. Now this right here, I'm going to have to show you with the camera. It's hot, so I can't bring it out of there. I'm going to lift the camera. If you see that ridge, this right here, I've put it in there already when it was cool. This sets on that ridge, and that's for dehydrating and, I'm going to cancel that, we're done. Dehydrating and broil feature. So, hey, fix and see how it does. Against the Ninja, I'm going to do some of these recipes against the Ninja Foodi Deluxe. And some of them, like maybe some things I may just do alone, but I got stuff like French fries. I'm going to do that. I can't wait. All air fryers have to do French fries here. And French fries, I got a chicken, I got steak, well, you saw it, ribs and all that. So, anyhow, hey, thank y'all for watching the video. Y'all come back to see me. I love y'all all. We're fixing to see if this Instant Pot can knock the king of the kitchen, of my kitchen, the Ninja Foodi, off its throne. And we're going to do some other things in it. So anyhow, y'all come back to see me. I'm going to put my big head right here. Subscribe so you can watch those other videos. And I'll also have those at the end of the video you can touch and go to those and stuff like that. Anyhow, y'all have a good day. Bye-bye.